Hello, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today we have a lot of great stuff covered, but before we do, today is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a fantastic middle of the week. A lot of congratulations to the graduating classes. I know a lot of that's going on right now. My son's graduating fifth grade today, so I'm very excited for him and for all the other kids accomplishing their goals. So let me get started. So I'm actually going to talk about a video. I actually I made a video about this down payment assistance program in that was coming to PSL. I made that a few weeks ago, but today there was a new article, and I'm kind of seeing a trend on social media, so I want to touch on that. So I'll leave that towards the end there, but so stick around and we'll get to that. But before we do, we will talk about our inventory. We will talk about the rates, a lot of stuff going on with rates and the market. Okay. So let's see where we're at as far as inventory. So it looks like inventory is kind of inching back down a little bit. We're just at 0.38. So if we look at the nominal numbers, of course, it would be nominal. 2368 went to 2377 from beginning to end of the month. So basically just 9 houses higher than where we started the month. So not a lot of movement there. Homes under 375, we start at 594. We're at 595. 1772 to 1778 and homes above 375. Again, inventory is kind of either coming back down from where we started in the month, and it looks like we may end up where we started. So we'll see where it goes. We've got a couple days left. And then lastly, or actually not lastly, but we have homes reduced. Now this one's actually coming down pretty quickly here. So we started at 683 homes that are reduced in price, and we're at 633. So exactly 50 houses less than where we started the month. So that's a big drop of 7.32%. Now, homes that are listed for rent increased quite a bit from 401 to 446, an increase of about 11%. So a lot of movement in these two buckets right over here. All right. So we'll keep an eye on and see where the month ends. All right. So mortgage news daily rates survey. A lot of movement on interest rate. Like I had mentioned yesterday, there was a pretty big increase in rates, at least in the pricing. So they had the 30-year fixed rate starting as of yesterday, Tuesday morning, actually increased throughout the day to 7.28, an increase of 0.12%. They had the FHA ending the day at 6.82, an increase of 0.12%. And I'm not sure if I said the beginning or the end of the 7.28. So these are, again, the ending rates of the last business day. So that's where the rates ended on their survey, okay, from the lenders that they track. Again, it just gives us a baseline of where the movement in market is going, where the market is kind of taking the rate. So let's go to the U.S. market news, and this is CNBC's U.S. Market Watch here. So we'll see where basically all the indices in the top here are in red, and not the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield, which is where the mortgage rates follow, and it's at 4.61, an increase of 0.068 or 1.497%. So that's a pretty big increase. So again, I just showed you how I had increased from beginning of Tuesday to the end of Tuesday. As of this morning, they had also increased rates about I think it was 6 basis points, what I'm seeing on the market. And right now we're at 0.07 increase as of right now. So again, if this, and I mentioned this yesterday, but if this trend continues, we may see pricing to the upside on the rates. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Now to get to our down payment assistance program for Port St. Lucie. So um, Fort St. Lucie has had a program where they give these homes, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they build them or they've purchased them, and they basically sell them to a new home buyer, a first time home buyer, and they give them $100,000 in assistance for that first time home buyer. So the program goes into detail. This is on WPTV's website, and it was posted as of May 28th at 4:11 p.m. So actually, let me scroll right there. There you go. So you can see it right over here. May 28th. All right. So it was basically just posted yesterday. So basically, this is a program for first time home buyers in Port St. Lucie. You got to live and or work in Port St. Lucie, and they basically give you $100,000 to qualify. So I'm gonna go. I like this article. The reason why I wanted to kind of go over it again is because this article actually gives you some of the requirements, which I'm going to kind of go over with you. And again, you can refer back to this article to get more information. And I will tell you that it does take you to the city website if you click right over here. And it gives you all the full requirements. You do have to go through that lender. It's kind of a lottery that they go through. So, but let's go see what the requirements. How easy is it to get $100,000? All right. So let's see here. You must currently live or work in Port St. Lucie, being a first-time home buyer or not owned a home within the last 3 years. Okay, right over here. Yep. Having a minimum credit score of 620 with underwriting requirements, working with a participating lender. And no, I am not a lender for this. Having a minimum gross household income of 70,000 and having a maximum gross income of 120% of the area median income. So I wanted to put this into contextual information. So I'm going to come right back to this here in a second. The next one is contributing a minimum of 1% of the home's sales price. So if you buy a $300,000 home, you would be required to put 1% or $3,000. Purchasing a home in Port St. Lucie, which must be used as a primary residence. And don't quote me on this, but I think I remember the last article I went over with you guys on this program that if it ever turns into like an investment property, you do have to pay that money back, something like that. So again, get the full details from the city directly. Don't go off of what I'm telling you here. So, all right. So I did want to talk about this having a minimum income and a maximum of 120%. Why? Because right now there's an affordability issue, not only in housing, but in cars, in life, in groceries, in fast food, in utility bills, and I don't know if I mentioned gas. Everything in life costs more. So having a cap on, they're basically saying you got to make between this and this, and if you make above this, you're not going to qualify. If you make below this, you're not going to qualify. You got to make between this and this to qualify. But the bigger question is it does it qualify for your lifestyle? Okay, does it qualify for your budget to buy a home in this case? That again, you could never really turn into a primary residence without basically returning this $100,000 that you got at the beginning of the loan of the purchase price of the purchase. So so we know the minimum is 70,000. So I actually pulled up the Fannie Mae website to see what the area income, and this is a map of Port St. Lucie. I don't know if I could map out just a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. Obviously, there's a Treasure Coast. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and it doesn't matter where you click here, but kind of somewhere in the middle of the city. I doubt the home's going to be on the high end of tradition or something. So I'll just click on one of these, and you can see where it's 87. Oh, it's not coming out too well there. Let me put it. Uh, let's see if I could move that up. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Actually, you can see they're all 87,800. So if that's 100%, you could go up to 120% of that. So we're going to get my fancy calculator that everybody makes fun of me. So I'm going to put 87,800 times 120%. So you can't make more than 105,360. And hopefully that doesn't come out backwards on your screen there, but 100,005. So now Again, this is not for the qualifying person. This is for the household. So if you and a spouse and a child, an adult child, of course, or you and a spouse, or just yourself, make over $105,000, you would not qualify for this program based on what I'm reading right here. My question is, would an income of 105,000 put you in a situation where you could live comfortably for your lifestyle? And that's the important part, right? If your lifestyle doesn't require a lot of other expenses, it might be obviously fine. And I would love to take advantage of that program in that situation. Now, if your lifestyle is a little bit of the higher end where your car payments might be high for whatever reason, right? Or maybe you own a business and your business obviously has some expenses that you would have to account for, right? Those are things that you have to be comfortable with um, having an income of 105 and still being able to pay for not only a mortgage, taxes, insurance. I doubt it's going to be in an HOA, but and other expenses that may come with that home, right? Every home you may have to build extra stuff in, fence. You got to put a fence in, or maybe rip out the carpet, or whatever, put tile, or with time, obviously things break and you would have to take care of those expenditures. So, just something to keep in mind. Not everything, there is no free lunch, like they say. So, just keep that in mind. But if you are interested, I would recommend you going to, again, the website is on WPTV's website, and it's labeled it's titled program offering up to 100,000 in assistance for first time homebuyers in Port St. Lucie. I almost forgot, I did post a video with real estate agent Mindy Hackett with Berkshire Hathaway here from the Treasure Coast. We made another video with about first time homebuyers. We talk about budgeting, kind of the same thing about this, kind of goes with this, in line with this article. So when you get a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and post it right up here for you. So take your time and watch that. A lot of great information. Kind of you can be a fly on the wall in the conversations that we have with our buyers and our clients that are thinking about buying for the first time. So other than that, please don't forget to click that like, that subscribe button. The little bell icon will remind you that I have posted another video. And other than that, I hope you have a great Wednesday.